This will be the first step in Cabinet Planner training on how to get set up and how to begin different phases of the job. We'll start with just opening Cabinet Planner after it's been downloaded and you've got your key. You'll be able to go up here to Files, and the first thing you're going to want to do is go into Drawing Colors, and you'll see Settings 1. You can actually have up to 4 different settings for different types of cabinets. Really, I only use Setting 1 and Set Wall Color. I use a gray just to contrast the white cabinets I'm going to be using. I do everything in black and white, but you set the wall color as gray. Hit OK. Next, you go to Set Cabinet Color, and mine's already set on white, but you click white if it's not there. Click OK. Countertop color, I've got it set on gray. Click it, and set trim color again white because you want it to match the cabinets, and OK. Elevation color on, floor plan color on, done. The next item you want to do is select 3D images, and it might not have the one you want on here, so you're going to want to do cabinets. Click on that button first if it hasn't been checked yet, and set as default or create a solid color. That's what you have to do first. And under cabinets, you're going to want to check the white color and click OK. And you're going to name the color. I've already got mine in. Countertops. There's actually a section I like to put countertops in my drawing. You can go to just a different granite, pick one of the 3 granites. I think I use this one, and set as default, and continue. The next phase is we're actually going to go up into standards, and we're going to set some things up for the computer that are going to benefit you on every single job you do. Besides just the colors of the cabinets we're going to do in the elevations, that was the first section. Now we want to make sure that you have a heading on at the top of each page with your name, company name, address, phone number, and this is how I set mine up. On line 1, Factory Direct Premium Cabinets and Gary Gullick, our address there, the full address on one line, and line 3 has both my phone number and my email address. So in case they lose something and the bid sheet or whatever, they still have this, and it'll be on every drawing that we give them. Hit continue after that's set up. The next thing you want to do is your 3D settings, and it says there's 2 options here. You want it on multi-sampling on 16, but you can either use the program files or use the system files. Well, your computer is going to be a lot faster than this program, so just click Use System Files, and that will use the speed of your video card on your computer versus using whatever's in the actual program itself, okay? And just hit Continue. And once you set those up, that's a permanent thing. It's always done. If you'll go up to the next thing is the standards, and what standards are is that standards for your cabinet sizes. You can have up to 4 standards. What I've done is I've got one for settings for my tallest cabinets, 42-inch tall. I've got one for 36-inch tall cabinets, and I've got one for 30-inch tall cabinets. So let's just start with the 42. You want the height to be a standard height of 42, a standard depth of 12, and the rest of it can pretty much stay the same. Off the floor, you want them 54 inches off the floor. The countertop's 36 inches tall, and that should give you an 18-inch gap between the countertop and the cabinet above it. Don't worry about the rest of this. This is important here, that the door type. If you ever see a little question mark like that, it'll show you all of the different door styles. And we use door style 14. This is a shaker style door. It doesn't get on small doors, it doesn't get too busy. For example, like on this type 12 door, you see all these little lines. It just, when it's a small package, it's terrible, it's hard to see. But type 14 is what you want to put in there. If I ever use glass doors, I'll use type 17, but you can change that on individual drawings. We'll review that later. And hit continue. Standards on the uppers, it's the same program. Everything is the same except 36 and 12. Everything else will be the same. Type 14. And the third type, same thing, 30 inches, 54 off the ground, type 14. The next standard we want to set is our base standards. This is a little different because our cabinets, are a little different, but 34.5 inches tall is the standard height. I'll go back to number 1 here. It's the standard height of a base cabinet, and 24 inches deep. By the way, when a cabinet's 24 inches deep, that does not include the door. It's 24 inches deep plus a 3/4 inch door on it. So just kind of remember that. Number of shelves you want in your base cabinets, usually 1. Toe kick height. It's important to change this because standard in the system it's 3.5 inches, but most of our cabinets are 4.5 inches off the floor. So, vanity depth. Again, important to change it here. Make sure it's 34.5 inches tall in this blank here. 21 inches deep. Vanities are 21 inches deep because most bathroom doors are 24 inches wide, and you can't get a 24-inch cabinet with a door through the doorway. So make sure you change that. Door hardware, make sure you put it on the top. Door type, type 14 again. And I use slab drawer fronts because it makes it a cleaner picture whenever it's done. So make sure you're clicked on that. The rest of it should be all kind of standardized in there. You don't really need a different type of base setting for 2, 3, and 4 because this base setting will handle almost everything. Continue. The next one is the tall standards. And on setting 1, I make it 96 inches. On setting 2, you can change it to 90 inches. And on setting 3, it's 84 inches. That's the traditional heights of all of our upper cabinets, our pantries and our wall ovens. Door type 14, type 14, type 14. Just like that there. Continue. General standards. This is for like your walls and things like that. You can set up I like to put the date format on it. Every time you adjust a design, it will update the date for you automatically. The great thing about Cabinet Planner is it automatically saves, so you can't accidentally erase it and screw it up. Wall thickness 4.5 inches. Crown height 3.25 is standard, but you can put, if you're going to use a bigger crown on setting 1, you can adjust that. Setting 2 is different, of course, and so on. The rest of it just is all about construction, which isn't necessary for what we do. Automatically disable arrow. You must click that button, especially if you're using anything that's a little older system. Save as default. And we are done with the initial setup. That's the end of part 1 training.